Hi students, so this is my second video lecture on solution and collinear property. In the last lecture we have discussed with the terms that is solution and concentration terms like mole fraction, molality and molarity. So in today's lecture we start with terms with topic that is solubility and vapor pressure. First one, that is solubility. Now what the solubility says, that how much solute is present in a volume of solvent at saturated condition. What solubility says? How much volume of solute is present or dissolved at a saturated condition. Saturated condition, just example, student used to say कि I am having capacity to study only for 2 hours. 2 घंटे से ज्यादा मैं स्टडी नहीं कर सकता. माइंड क्या हो जाता है? सैचुरेट हो जाता है. अगर मैं 2 घंटे से ज्यादा पढ़ूंगा मोर देन 2 आवर्स तो क्या होगा? माइंड मेरा क्या हो जाएगा? सुपर सैचुरेटेड. मींस द सॉल्वेंट की कैपेसिटी होती है, द सॉल्वेंट हैज अ कैपेसिटी, वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा कितना अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट को डिसॉल्व कर सकता है, उस कंडीशन को हम कहते हैं सैचुरेटेड कंडीशन. अंडरस्टूड? सो सॉल्यूट इज डिफाइंड एज द amount of solute in gram dissolve in unit volume of solvent, that is in liter, dissolve in a solvent to form a saturated solution at given temperature and pressure. The amount of solute dissolved in unit volume of solvent to form a saturated solution at a given temperature and pressure. Hope you understood the topic. सॉल्युबिलिटी क्या कहता है कि हम पर्टिकुलर सॉल्वेंट में ज्यादा से ज्यादा कितने अमाउंट्स ऑफ सॉल्यूट को हम डिसॉल्व कर सकते हैं, उस कंडीशन को हम क्या कहते हैं? सैचुरेटेड कंडीशन. और इस सॉल्यूशन को, दिस सॉल्यूशन इज कॉल्ड एज सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. जैसे एग्जांपल, इफ आई टेक 1 लीटर ऑफ सॉल्वेंट और इस 1 लीटर ऑफ सॉल्वेंट में अगर मैं 100 ग्राम सॉल्यूट लेता हूं तो ये 100 ग्राम सॉल्यूट डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा. लेकिन अगर मैं 10 ग्राम, इफ आई टेक 10 ग्राम वो, so this 10 gram will not dissolve. If I add all together, this solution convert into the super saturated solution. 100 gram में क्या था? Saturated था. मतलब इसकी कैपेसिटी कितनी है? 1 लीटर ऑफ सॉल्वेंट की सिर्फ 100 ग्राम. लेकिन अगर मैं और ऐड करूं, I add more, so the saturated solution will convert into the super saturated solution. Okay, so this is the term solubility. Now what are the factors affecting solubility? So we'll see next one. Okay, so what are the factors affecting solubility? Is first one is the temperature, second one is nature of solvent and solute, and third one is a pressure. Okay, so I have drawn a graph. This is a solubility axis and this is a temperature axis. Okay, so generally what happen with increase in temperature, solubility of substance increases. Okay, जितना हम टेम्परेचर बढ़ाएंगे तो सॉलिबिलिटी ऑफ सब्सटेंस क्या होगी, इंक्रीज होगी. तो सम एग्जांपल हियर, इफ आई इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर, solubility of KNO3 potassium nitrate increases sharply, means this is most affected by the temperature. But if we talk about the KCl and NaCl, while increase in temperature, solubility of KCl and NaCl increases, but it is a marginal increase. So these are the effect of temperature. But if we talk about the sodium sulfate is affected in such a way, if we increase the temperature, solubility of sodium sulfate will decrease. Okay, so how? So if I take a solute plus solvent and it form a solution. So solution which is formed, if it is endothermic, the solution which is formed if it is endothermic, so while increase in temperature, solubility get increases. Please remember, if I add solid in the solvent and solution is formed, during the formation of solution it undergo endothermic process, and during endothermic process if I heat or if increase the temperature, solubility of substance increases. If it is exothermic, the solution which is formed if it is exothermic, so while increase in temperature, solubility of substance decreases. Means अगर इस सोडियम सल्फेट को मुझे ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या करना है, डिसॉल्व करना है, तो मुझे टेम्परेचर क्या करना पड़ेगा, डिक्रीज करना पड़ेगा. ओके, अगर मुझे पोटेशियम नाइट्रेट को, KCl को, NaCl को अगर मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा से डिसॉल्व करना है, तो मुझे टेम्परेचर क्या करना पड़ेगा, इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा. सो दिस इज अ फैक्टर अफेक्टिंग solubility, that is a temperature. One more, generally a general question, solubility of gas in a liquid. So as we know that during the summer season, गर्मी के टाइम पे जो aquatic animals होते हैं, yes, aquatic animals like fish, okay, aquatic animal like fish, they do not come at the upper surface, they lie at the bottom of the river level or sea level, because water contain a dissolved oxygen. Okay, as we respire, we need the oxygen for respiration, same as it is aquatic animal which are present in a river or lake, they also require the oxygen. So what happened during the summer season? During the summer season, the surface of the water is hot, and due to hot condition, the oxygen which is present on the surface, they come out. Means solubility of dissolved oxygen on the surface get decreases. So I can say this is the effect of temperature in terms of gas. Means जितना हम temperature क्या करेंगे, increase करेंगे, सॉलिबिलिटी ऑफ जो गैस होगी, गैस की जो सॉलिबिलिटी क्या होगी, वो डिक्रीज होगी. सो दिस इज अ फैक्टर अफेक्टिंग सॉल्युबिलिटी. ओके, नेक्स्ट फैक्टर, दैट इज नेचर ऑफ सॉल्यूट एंड सॉल्वेंट. Okay, so what are the factors affecting solubility? So next one is the nature of solid and solvent. Suppose if I take a solid and solvent, this solid is a polar in nature, so this polar solid will be dissolved in a polar solvent. Polar solvent will dissolve in a polar solvent. For example, if I take an NaCl, then this NaCl will easily dissolve in a water. But if I take chloroform, CCl4, chloroform is a non-polar solid. So this non-polar solid will be dissolved in a non-polar solvent. For example, that is benzene. So I can say like dissolve, like I think you heard like dissolve. So if I dissolve this NaCl into the benzene, means polar solid will not dissolve in a non-polar solvent, and non-polar solid will not dissolve in a polar solvent. Okay, so this is the nature of solid and a solvent. Okay, so last factor of solubility is pressure. Pressure has no effect on solubility of solid like solid or liquid, because these solids are already compressed because they having a fixed volume. But if we talk about the solid like gas do not have a fixed volume, so it can be compressed, जिसको हम क्या कर सकते हैं, compressed कर सकते हैं. Suppose if I take the example here, I take a container. This container contain a liquid with dissolved oxygen. इस कंटेनर में लिक्विड है जिसके अंदर कौन सी गैस डिसॉल्व है, ऑक्सीजन गैस, and some of the oxygen is present above the surface of the liquid. Suppose if I want to dissolve more oxygen gas inside the liquid, so what I have to do, I have to increase the pressure. So how increase the pressure? Suppose I take a piston here, okay, with the help of this piston I will increase the pressure. While increasing the pressure, what happened here, the oxygen will go into the liquid and it will dissolve. More the pressure, more is the oxygen gas will dissolve inside the liquid, or I can say that solubility of gas is directly proportional to the external pressure. More the pressure, more is the solubility of gas. So this is nothing but a Henry law. In exam the question asks state Henry law. Henry law states that solubility of gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the pressure or directly proportional to the external pressure. So solubility is equal to, after removing the proportionality sign, we write the constant which can be written as Kh. Okay, Kh is called as Henry constant. Okay, suppose if I keep if I keep here pressure is 1 bar, okay, unit of pressure is bar, so what will form, S is equal to Kh or Kh is equal to S. So define Kh. What is Henry constant? So Henry constant is the solubility of gas in a liquid when pressure is 1 bar. So hope you understood what is Henry law, what is the effect of pressure. A general example I will take here. Suppose if you take a soft drink, soft drink contain a carbonate gas, okay, it contain a dissolved carbonate gas. So what happened if I remove the cap? After removing the cap, some sounds come out and some of the dissolved carbonate gas which was present inside the soft drink they comes out. Why? Because मैं यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैंने कैप रिमूव किया. कैप रिमूव करने से क्या हो रहा है, मैंने प्रेशर क्या किया, डिक्रीज किया. आफ्टर डिक्रीजिंग द प्रेशर, जो कार्बोनेट गैस जो कंटेनर में प्रेजेंट थी वो क्या हो गई, बाहर निकल गई. तो आपने प्रेशर कम किया तो सॉल्युबिलिटी क्या हो गई, कम हुई. आप जितना प्रेशर इंक्रीज करोगे उतनी गैस ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगी, डिसॉल्व होगी. सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द सॉल्युबिलिटी ऑफ gas in a liquid and what is the effect of pressure. Okay, Okay students, next topic, that is vapor pressure, which is very important because this topic is connected with your qualitative property like lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point. So before going to the topic vapor pressure, first we should know what is meant by vapor, how the vapor form, from where the vapors comes out, vapor कहाँ से आता है. So definitely vapors form from evaporation or vaporization. Vapors come from evaporation or vaporization. Suppose if I take a liquid, this liquid contain a liquid or a molecule. Suppose I have taken a liquid which is a liquid which contain a molecule. So a molecule which is present inside the container on the surface as well as inside. Okay, the molecule which is present inside the container, which is called as bulk molecule, and this bulk molecule experience uniform force of attraction from all sides. But if we talk about the molecule which is present on the surface, they experience less force of attraction among neighbor molecule, and they having high kinetic energy. High kinetic energy means here that is also called as surface energy. So due to these two properties, molecule which is present on the surface, they experience less force of attraction and they having a high kinetic energy, they comes out, they undergo evaporation and there is a formation of vapor. Please remember, when evaporation takes place in a open container, which in a open container vapor form, this vapor does not exert pressure. So I can say that in open container there is no formation of vapor pressure, or vapor pressure does not develop. Okay, but how the vapor pressure is formed? So we take another look. Suppose if I take a container, this container contain once again a liquid. Okay, it contain a liquid, the molecule which is present on the surface as well as in a container that is called as a bulk molecule. Now I have closed this container, I hide this container. Now what happened here? Now evaporation takes place. Definitely this a molecule will leave the surface, okay, and it form a gas molecule or a vapor molecule. So this molecule convert into the gas and form a vapor. After some time, this a molecule exerts some pressure because container is closed, and due to which this a molecule come back into the liquid. Okay, so I can say that here the vaporization takes place when surface molecule leave the surface and convert into the vapor or gas, that is called as vaporization, and this vapor exert a pressure that is nothing but a vapor pressure, and they come out and convert into the liquid. So I can say that liquid gets convert into the gas and gas convert into the liquid. Means here equilibrium is reached. Yes, there is a formation of equilibrium. So I can define as what is meant by vapor pressure. In equilibrium, the pressure of vapor, above liquid surface is called vapor pressure. Okay, once again, the equilibrium is reached or equilibrium is formed, or in equilibrium the pressure of vapor above the liquid surface is called as vapor pressure. Okay, I think you understood the concept of the vapor pressure. So vapor pressure is denoted by P0, which is also called as vapor pressure of pure liquid. Okay, now what are the factors affect the vapor pressure of liquid, or on which factor the vapor pressure depend? First one is force per unit area, or I can say that surface area. More the surface area, more molecule will be present on the surface, and more molecule will undergo evaporation and form more vapor pressure. Less the surface area, less molecule will be present on the surface, and less molecule will evaporate and having a less vapor pressure. Okay, so vapor pressure also depend on the surface area. Second one is nature of substance. Nature of substance. For example, if I take here water and ethyl alcohol. Water and ethyl alcohol both having a tendency to form hydrogen bonding. Water form hydrogen bonding with itself, as well as ethyl alcohol also form hydrogen bonding. But if we talk about water, one molecule of water having a tendency to form 4 hydrogen bond. One molecule of water has tendency to form 4 hydrogen bond, while in case of ethyl alcohol only form 1 hydrogen bond. It form only 1 hydrogen bond. So I can say that vapor pressure of ethyl alcohol is more as compared to the vapor pressure of water, because it is based on intermolecular force of attraction. Water molecule has more intermolecular force of attraction, but ethyl alcohol has a less intermolecular force of attraction or less hydrogen bonding. Okay, so vapor pressure is inversely proportional to the intermolecular force of attraction. More the intermolecular force of attraction, less is the vapor pressure. Less is the intermolecular force of attraction, more is the vapor pressure. Okay, so these are the factors. Now intermolecular force of attraction of a substance is also on the basis of intermolecular force of attraction. Substances are also divided into 2, which is very important, because in this chapter we will use these words, that is volatile and non-volatile. Now first, what is non-volatile? Non-volatile substance which do not evaporate. Do not evaporate means they does not form a vapor, or they does not form a vapor pressure, which is denoted by P not equal to 0. Mostly the non-volatile we will use is in the form of salt. Okay, like example urea or sucrose. Okay, but if we talk about the volatile substance or mostly volatile liquid, they having a tendency to undergo evaporation. They evaporate and they exert some pressure. They having a vapor pressure which is written by P not equal to 0. So on the basis of intermolecular force of attraction, substances are further divided: volatile and non-volatile. Non-volatile does not evaporate and volatile evaporate. Now in volatile liquid, some are more volatile and some are less volatile. more volatile means they having a less intermolecular force of attraction, less volatile means they having a more intermolecular force of attraction. Last, there is another factor, that is temperature. Temperature is most affected, or vapor pressure is most affected by the temperature. If we increase the temperature, vapor pressure increases. जितना हम टेम्परेचर बढ़ाएंगे उतना ही वेपर प्रेशर क्या होगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंक्रीज होगा. So I can say that vapor pressure is directly proportional to the temperature.